Today's video is inspired by a recent trip that I just had, so we're going to talk about what it's like to move to Florida from a cold state up north. Hey everybody, this is Cunha. I'm a real estate agent in Southwest Florida. If you're looking for more information on what it's like to live, play, eat, sleep, and buy real estate in Southwest Florida, then this is the channel for you. So go ahead and subscribe. And leave a comment down below. You'll be sure to see all the future videos as they come out. I'm getting calls from people every day asking questions about what it's like to live here and what they can expect. So if you've got a question, you've got to call, text, or email because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast. All right, so we're going to talk about what it's like to move to Florida from one of those cold, snowy northern states. I know some of you are in the middle of it right now. I know that we had probably some of the most snow in the region we just left, which was up in Breckenridge, Colorado. It was absolutely amazing to see and experience for a very short period of time because it reminded me of back home. Being from Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania, I think we've gotten the golden shovel a number of years for all the snowfall. So it's something I know a lot about, but I left that in the rearview mirror over 20 years ago. So it's a nice reminder to see it and experience it for a short period of time. But that's not what this video is about. We're going to talk about the things that you can leave behind and what you'll experience when you come to Florida. So let's get started. The first thing I was reminded of is how beautiful the snowfall is. It really is gorgeous. And whether it's blowing sideways, whether it's just falling with the large flakes, and especially if there's no wind that's going to cut through you, it really is beautiful to see. I love seeing the decorations for the holidays. Here in Breckenridge, there was a bunch of holiday decorations still up here in February. And I think it was just to keep the spirits up because, yes, they absolutely are all about the mask in Colorado. Every single place we went, constant reminders. Even on the slopes, we had the guides up there telling us to cover our mouth and nose. Now, mind you, we're in the mountains, probably 10,000 feet up. Maybe a 35-mile-an-hour wind, already socially distanced because we have skis on, and we need to keep the masks up. So yes, they are very, very protective of that rule there so that they can keep things open. Anyway, some of the downsides of things that I noticed going back there too is that snow is beautiful, but my goodness, it's dirty, it destroys the cars. I mean, it was a constant reminder of what that salt does and how that dirt sticks to vehicles and just how much of a problem that is to keep your vehicles clean and keep them maintained well through these seasons year after year. Another quick reminder I received was dressing in layers. I had to dress in so many layers being from Florida that as soon as I step into an establishment that closed the doors, I had to start stripping them back off again. So yes, it's something we don't deal with in Florida. You generally have one layer, maybe. In the winter months, you'll wear a light jacket or a sweater at times. But most of the time, the one layer you have on through the rest of the year, half the time you want to take that off too, because it does get warm. But that's where we seek our AC, we seek the ocean, or we seek the pool. Another huge challenge that you have in these snowy climates is slippery surfaces. The number of people that are slipping and tripping over themselves on the ice in areas that weren't salted, because I know obviously you have the salt for that, but if it's not done properly, there is a lot of slippage, injuries that follow that. And then the cars. Many of them, if you don't have chains on your wheels, you're going to have issues. We saw some people trying to push a vehicle around the corner and up a slight grade, and it took 4 or 5 of them to get this car moving again. And that's just one example. I mean, you see cars slipping and sliding all over the roads, and these are people that probably grew up in this climate, but still can't overcome Mother Nature when it comes to ice on the roads. We have a little bit of a different way of maintaining things here in Florida. We tend to have to mow everything throughout the year. Up in the north, you get to mow and shovel. Now, my son gets to ride the tractor and mow the lawn. You can see the smile on the face. Well, I'm sure there aren't too many people that are out there smiling when they're shoveling snow. I know when I was doing it, I wasn't smiling, and most of the time I couldn't wait to get done, get the aching back, sit on the couch, get in front of a fire, and just warm up again. One thing that you experience when you're in a snowy climate that you might actually like, at least the kids do, is the school cancellations. Yeah, they get a couple days off in some cases, especially if it's an area like in the Carolinas that's not as used to getting snow, and it takes a little bit more to clear and to take care of that situation because the residents aren't used to it. But the parents can't love this because now you're probably going to have to stay home from work, whether you are going to for the weather or not. But you get another family day, school's canceled. We don't get that here. This one's pretty obvious because, again, we're talking about cold and snowy, so it's cold, cold, cold. Yes, that's a negative if you're somebody from Florida or if you're somebody that is used to warmer climates, but there is a flip side to that. This is the part where we're going to talk about some of the positives of that cold, because I really do like the cold to some extent. One, obviously, is you don't have a lot of bugs if you have snow. That snow just gets rid of all of them. We don't have that luxury in Florida. The bugs will be here most of the time. It's just what it is. Yes, they get more prevalent when there is a warmer climate. If we're in the winter season, some of those bugs go away, but bugs are what we have. You don't have them with the snow. Yes, you will have 4 seasons when you're up north. I know it's beautiful to have changing of the leaves, whether it's the leaf piles that the kids get to jump in. There's all kinds of different things that come with these 4 seasons. The smells in the air, feeling the different temperatures and how you acclimate to them from season to season. Yes, I do miss that. I loved that when I was up north. We don't have that here in Florida. So that's another win for the north. A hot tub in the snow. You're obviously not getting that in Florida. That was a great experience to have once again, and it is such a refreshing thing. Obviously, you know it if you live up north and you have a hot tub, but it's a quick reminder that there are some pleasant things to experience with the snow. A few other winter activities that you might have that we don't have here in Florida would be building the snowmen, building the snow forts, and possibly riding the bumper of a vehicle. Now, that's not an admission of guilt. I'm not saying I ever did it. However, it's something I know can be done and is done and is a heck of a lot of fun. And lastly, fireplaces. Absolutely love coming in from the cold and sitting in front of a fireplace. The peace and tranquility that go along with it are just amazing, especially if you know how to start a fire and can keep it lit. Thankfully, we had some people with us that were very good at that, and we never ran short on a fire. Okay, now that we went through some of the pros of being in the snowy climate, let's get back to other reasons why we may not want to be in those colder climates. In Florida, you're going to have many more outdoor activities year-round. You can bicycle, you can be in a boat, you can kayak and paddleboard and play frisbee and disc golf and golf itself. There's so many different things to be doing outside, whereas in a snowy climate, most times we feel kind of lazy and don't know if we even want to get out in the snow. However, if you're a skier, a snowboarder, a snowmobiler, somebody like that, you will want to get out into this snowy climate. But I would wager to say the vast majority of people would rather stay inside, snuggle up in front of a fire, and watch a good movie. The other thing you're not getting in a snowy climate is outdoor dining. I mean, there was one place that we ran across that had these kind of snow globe looking houses out front that people were having dinner in. But outside of that, there really is no outside dining. And if there was, I don't know too many of us that would want to be outside. Something you do in Florida that you absolutely can't do in the snow is go to the beaches year round. So that's one of the biggest perks. That's why everybody comes here. The beaches are packed. Doesn't matter what day of the year. If the sun's out, the beach is full. If you're somebody that likes to be golden brown, you're not doing it in a snowy climate unless you go get spray tanned or go to one of these tanning salons. But sunbathing is not something you're doing. Once again, in Florida, we can do that year-round. Do it at your own risk, whether you're putting sunblock on or not, because the sun is intense, even in the colder months. And one of the last things, this is something that is just a cornerstone of why people want to be in Florida, is it is full of vitality and energy. We don't have depression and gray skies and just that kind of funk that comes upon you, especially if you're stuck in one of those snowstorms. I mean, it's cold, it's gray, it's not happy. Snow looks beautiful for that brief period of time, but here in Florida, sunshine nearly every day. You can be out in it. Come on down to Florida and give it a chance. Okay, so that's a little bit about what it's like to move to Florida from a cold northern state. If you'd like more information about what it's like to live in Southwest Florida, go ahead and check out one of these other 2 videos. And if there's anything that I can do for you, any question I can answer, anything I can do to make your life easier in going through this transition, go ahead and give a call, a text, or an email, because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast.